So, OpenAI is entering one of the most unpredictable and defining moments in its entire history. On one hand, they're releasing new tools and features at lightning speed, almost faster than anyone can keep up. But on the other hand, they're facing lawsuits, growing financial pressure, and a wave of public criticism that's putting the company under a global microscope. It's this exact tension between breakthrough innovation and mounting chaos that perfectly sums up where OpenAI stands right now. Let's start with something that could completely reshape how people use ChatGPT together. OpenAI is quietly working on a brand new feature, Group Chats. It sounds simple, but the idea is revolutionary. Multiple people can the same ChatGPT conversation, collaborate, and interact with the AI in real time, all in one shared space. Imagine a team brainstorming ideas, assigning tasks, or writing a script together while ChatGPT listens, assists, and contributes instantly. And while Microsoft's Copilot already offers shared sessions, OpenAI's approach seems far more advanced. Users will reportedly be able to customize the system prompt that defines how ChatGPT behaves inside that group, control when it responds automatically or only when mentioned, and even set how active it should be in the discussion. It's like giving every team their own personal version of ChatGPT that adapts to how they work. The goal is simple: less confusion, fewer context switches, and a more focused collaboration flow. It could become one of the most powerful productivity tools for companies, research groups, and creative teams worldwide. And if OpenAI keeps up its tradition of dropping big updates in December during what fans now call the 2012 days of OpenAI, we might be just weeks away from seeing it go live. But that's not the only surprise. While refining ChatGPT, OpenAI is preparing to make one of its boldest moves yet. Stepping into the healthcare industry, the company is reportedly developing an AI-powered health assistant that could manage personal medical data, offer health insights, and even help users connect to professional care. Think of it as ChatGPT, but trained to understand your health history, your habits, and even your symptoms, all in one private, data-protected ecosystem. This move isn't random. OpenAI has quietly built a dream team for it. Earlier this year, they hired Nate Gross, co-founder of Doximity, a massive physician network, as their head of healthcare strategy. Then they brought in Ashley Alexander, a former Instagram executive, as vice president of health products. The company even appeared at the HLTH conference in October, where it revealed that ChatGPT now has nearly 800 million weekly users, and a significant portion of them already use it to ask for health advice. Big tech has tried to do this before and failed. Google shut down Google Health in 2011, Amazon killed its Halo Health tracker in 2023, and Microsoft Health Vault faded years ago. But OpenAI might be different. Analysts believe that this is the first time consumers actually trust an AI enough to talk about their health. One investor even said, people used to Google their symptoms. Now they ask ChatGPT, and that shift might be the key to OpenAI's next big chapter. Still, it's not all success stories. OpenAI just suffered a major legal defeat in Germany. A Munich court ruled that the company violated copyright law by using song lyrics in training its models without proper licensing. The lawsuit, filed by GMA, Germany's main music rights organization, represented artists behind 9 songs. The court concluded that even though OpenAI claims its models don't store literal text, reproducing lyrics in ChatGPT outputs still counts as infringement. This ruling is a landmark case for AI and copyright. It means creators deserve compensation when their work is used to train AI, even indirectly. And that precedent could spread across Europe, affecting not just song lyrics, but every kind of creative work, from writing and photography to film scripts and art. OpenAI said it disagrees with the decision and plans to appeal, but the shockwaves are already spreading through the tech world. And just as that news broke, another controversy hit, this time from inside the company. OpenAI's chief financial officer, Sarah Friar, made headlines after suggesting that the US government should consider backing OpenAI's massive $1.4 trillion investment in chips and infrastructure. In other words, she implied taxpayers might help guarantee OpenAI's spending spree. The reaction was instant. Critics compared it to asking your parents to co-sign a $1 trillion loan. The backlash online was so intense that she had to clarify her comments, saying she only meant government a private collaboration on infrastructure, not financial guarantees. But the damage was done. The timing couldn't have been worse. OpenAI just reported a $12 billion quarterly loss, and people began questioning how they could possibly sustain that level of spending. Sam Altman had to personally step in to calm the storm, confirming that OpenAI isn't asking for bailouts. And if it fails, it fails. He insisted the company expects the $20 billion in revenue this year and aims for hundreds of billions annually by 2030 through enterprise tools and AI devices. But the controversy raised a deeper question: how long can OpenAI keep burning cash this fast? Because even though the company's scale is growing faster than any tech firm in history, over 1 million business clients now use OpenAI's services. The costs are astronomical. From ChatGPT Enterprise to the new Sora video generator, every innovation brings in new users and new expenses. And Sora, in particular, is a financial black hole. Recent reports suggest it could be costing OpenAI around $5 billion a year to operate, or roughly $15 million every single day. Even Sora's lead developer admitted that it's economically unsustainable at this stage. To put it in perspective, one 10-second AI-generated clip can cost more than $1 in compute power alone. Despite being in limited release, it's already consuming billions in GPU resources. Sam Altman admitted they launched it before figuring out how to make it profitable. The classic Silicon Valley gamble: grow first, monetize later. But that later might be coming soon, because the strain on their infrastructure is real. OpenAI has started capping users to 30 free videos a day and charging extra for more. Insiders suggest that limit might drop further if GPU shortages continue. At the same time, Japanese media giants like Studio Ghibli and Square Enix are filing copyright complaints, accusing OpenAI of using their content to train Sora without permission. And while OpenAI scrambles to contain that fire, its biggest rival, Anthropic, is quietly pulling ahead with a completely different strategy, one built on stability, efficiency, and long-term sustainability. Unlike OpenAI's high-risk, high-burn approach, Anthropic is taking a quieter but far more calculated path, and it's starting to pay off. According to internal reports, Anthropic expects to break even by 2028, while OpenAI might not see profitability until well after 2030. The numbers tell the story. Anthropic's projected revenue for 2028 is around $70 billion, while OpenAI could be facing a combined $74 billion in losses over the same period. The key difference: Anthropic's entire business model is built around lean efficiency. Instead of chasing flashy consumer rollouts or billion-dollar video models, they're doubling down on enterprise-grade stability. Their Claude models have built a reputation for accuracy, consistency, and safety, three things corporate clients value above all else, and it's working. In 2025 alone, Anthropic's API revenue has reportedly doubled OpenAI's, largely because enterprise clients trust Claude's predictable performance, while OpenAI is busy trying to redefine every possible use case for AI, from healthcare to creativity to defense. Anthropic is staying focused on what companies actually need: reliable AI infrastructure that scales. They're not in a hurry to dominate headlines. They're in a race to dominate trust, and that's why investors are paying attention. Some analysts are even calling it the AWS moment of AI: slow, steady, but unstoppable growth through reliability. Meanwhile, OpenAI continues to scale outward. Their enterprise offerings are exploding, with companies like T-Mobile, Target, and Morgan Stanley integrating GPT-powered tools into internal workflows. The ChatGPT for Work platform has grown to more than 7 million active business seats, a 40% increase in just 2 months. It's officially the fastest growing business platform in modern tech history. Part of that success comes from OpenAI's ecosystem strategy. By connecting ChatGPT with internal company tools like Google Drive, Slack, SharePoint, and GitHub, teams can now pull data from multiple systems into a single conversation. That's powered by GPT-5, which is optimized for reasoning, citations, and tool use. In simple terms, it's like giving every employee a hyper-intelligent assistant that understands their company's entire digital memory. And it's not stopping there. OpenAI's developer tools are reshaping how software is built. The Agent Kit system now lets teams create fully custom AI agents in days instead of months, while their Codia X model has cut code review times in half for companies like Cisco. These agents don't just write code, they debug, test, and even connect with production environments automatically. It's the next logical step toward autonomous software development. At the same time, OpenAI's multimodal capabilities are expanding faster than anyone predicted. The new image generation API, Sora, The real-time API and GPT real-time are bringing video, voice, and visual understanding into one cohesive system. Companies like Intercom are already using it to power entire customer support divisions, slashing development cycles from quarters to days. Even consumer giants like Shopify, PayPal, and Spotify are connecting their ecosystems directly into ChatGPT through something called the Agentic Commerce Protocol, a technology that literally merges shopping with conversation. But behind all this innovation lies an uncomfortable truth. The financial model is still unclear. OpenAI's infrastructure costs are spiraling. The GPUs required for training, real-time response, and multimodal processing are eating into billions of dollars per quarter. Every new product launch drives engagement, yes, but also increases the compute bill exponentially. And even with Microsoft's deep investment, there's growing concern inside Silicon Valley that OpenAI's current burn rate simply can't last forever. Meanwhile, Sam Altman remains unwaveringly optimistic. In multiple internal memos, he's emphasized that OpenAI's long-term vision isn't just about building products. It's about building a platform that becomes the backbone of human-computer collaboration. He believes that the real economic payoff will come once AGI-powered systems start automating high-value industries, from law and medicine to education and creative production. And perhaps that's why OpenAI continues to move forward at full speed, even with mounting pressure. Because to them, this isn't just about staying ahead of competitors. It's about being the company that defines the future of intelligence itself. But the real shock came from what leaked next. OpenAI's internal HealthGPT project, hidden in the codebase of the new ChatGPT update, were references to a full-fledged AI health assistant that could analyze medical data, interpret symptoms, and even cross-check lab results in real time. This isn't just a chatbot for health advice. It's an entire digital doctor in your pocket. Early testers claim it can break down complex medical terms into plain language, predict possible conditions based on natural conversation, and even recommend when you should see a doctor. Imagine connecting it to your smartwatch, and it warns you before your body shows symptoms. That's how powerful this could be. What's even more intriguing is that the system seems to be trained not only on medical literature, but also on anonymized patient data. Something that has raised serious ethical questions. If true, this would make it one of the most advanced healthcare AAs ever built. And while OpenAI hasn't officially confirmed it, insiders say the health app could debut as part of a major ChatGPT ecosystem expansion later this year. But here's the bigger picture. This leak shows us where OpenAI is truly headed. Not just chatbots, not just writing assistants, but life-integrated intelligence. AI that manages your work, your data, your conversations, and now your health. The line between human and machine assistants is fading faster than anyone imagined. And if this is what's leaking, imagine what's still locked behind OpenAI's firewalls. Because every time something like this surfaces, it's not just a glimpse of technology, it's a glimpse of the future, a future where AI doesn't just serve humanity, it starts to understand it.